Do not let anyone trick you into buying a laptop just because it looks sleek.
You got it, dude.
Here are 4 important things to consider as someone who wants to have a great laptop, especially for graphic designers.
Great. Really great.
First thing you might want to consider is the processor speed, or the processor, how fast the processor is. This could be an Intel processor, or this could be an AMD Ryzen processor. The recommended processor for, especially for those who want to start out as a graphic designer or as graphic designers, an i5 will do, an i7, or possibly an i9. And also for the AMD Ryzen processor, a7, a5, a7, or a9 would also do for those of us who are interested in having a very good laptop, or who want to start out as graphic designers and need a good recommendation for laptops. It's not just about the kind of processor you have. It could be an i5. We have this thing where people always say they want an i5, and i5 is the best, and i7 is the best. It's not just it's being an i5 or an i7 or an i3 alone. Especially for an i5, there are several things to consider while checking the particular i5 you want, because the i5 actually differs. The letters are usually at the end of the particular processor. Whenever you check the system specification, are usually U, a H, or a P. Now, if you have a U, it means the particular i5 you have, you just want to make use of it for just normal basic office task. And if it's a P, it means it's a bit higher than the U. It means you can run several programs like other heavier programs, or perform other heavier tasks like maybe video editing apps and rest. But then if you have a H at the end of it, it's simply gonna perform very well. It's going to be excellent at its performance, and be able to run very high tasks or very high programs or very high softwares on your laptop. Another thing you might want to consider is the storage capacity. Especially for graphic designers, you run a lot of softwares, you save a lot of things, and sometimes it gets to a point that your storage becomes full. That's if you don't have sufficient storage. So another thing you might want to look into, another thing you might want to consider is the amount of storage space. There are two types of storage. You usually have the SSD and also the HDD. And alright, the SSD is much more preferable because the SSD is faster, and personally I feel it's more reliable, right? The probability of its failing compared to the hard drive is less, right? So you might want to consider having from a 256 gigabytes, or should I let's just say, or let's just put it at the 256 gigabytes, maybe to a 500 and all. Right, the last and fourth thing I advise you to get is a system with a very, very good battery. Though this is dependent on your location and